nations. Not many from outside Liyue earn the right to ascend to the Jade Chamber. As such, I have been putting eyes and ears out ever since you reached Liyue.
What?
And I finally got wind of your movements when you were on the way to Wangshu Inn.
Wait! Was Ver...
Just everyone at Wangshu Inn is one of ours. At the Guizhang Bali...
You weren't peeking on us from the skies the whole time, were you?
I fear that peeking would have been a little difficult from this altitude. Our eyes and ears are more than sufficient. You two are very interesting people, after all. It would be natural to take an interest. Well, I wouldn't expect you to trust us, considering that you have had far more interactions with the Adepti. The reason I invited you here was to clear up some misunderstandings. I believe that you've heard of the Archon War. Many gods used to walk this earth, and many long wars were fought between them that did not abate until 2,000 years ago. Much blood was shed, and many lives were lost. In the end, only 7 victors remained standing in Teyvat. They built cities and nations on the corpses of the vanquished, and thus began the era of the 7. You can see Goyun Stone Forest from here, I trust. It is no natural rock formation. Those are giant spears of rock hurled by Rex Lapis during the war. Beneath the spears lie those cast down by Rex Lapis in those days, gods that failed to seize the title of Archon. Not only is it true that gods may die, but so too has the membership of the 7 changed over the last 2 millennia. Another Lord of Geo will arise sooner or later. Yet, how are we to forget Rex Lapis? When that time comes, the relationship between the people of Liyue and the gods and Adepti will surely be different from before. Even in a new era, the Liyue Qixing remain Rex Lapis's former subjects. Do you really think us capable of having played a part in his demise? Of lacking the foresight to see the certain repercussions? That day at Yujing Terrace, it was also very sudden. Even I was caught completely off guard. You were there, you no doubt saw. But our enemy has long lain hidden within the harbor. If we do not act against them now, they will surely gain the upper hand. Hiding the Exuvia was a necessary maneuver to take the initiative back, to play the spider while our foes scurry about.
Who's this enemy you're...
What do you think, Traveler?
Huh? What are you two...
Well answered.
Huh?
The scenery out here is fine indeed, but the wind is a little strong.
Wowee! What a huge hall! Paimon's never seen such a fancy place before.
Be at ease, you two. Make yourselves at home if you wish.
Can we really?
I have invited you two here as friends. And when friends come over to play, our enjoyment comes first. Naturally.
Whoa! Isn't this that legendary wall?
Why, you've kept your ear to the ground, I see.
That's because even the storytellers are talking about it. Everyone one's after a piece of paper from that wall. It's super...
That's because that wall records Leo's secrets. Merchants have always been attracted to secrets. But the secrets of the mercantile world are of no interest to you, are they, traveler? You're rather special, really, and I think you're quite aware of that. If possible, I'd like to have your trust. But if you were to choose the more trustworthy person between myself and Kuching... You'd pick Kuching? Nah, I originally thought her a bit too hard-headed. With someone of her character on the Qixing, I've had some extra messes to clean up behind the scenes. But after she said those words, the time of the Adepti has long passed. If even the Liyue Qixing don't want to face that truth, then what future is there for Liyue? Well, I must say that quite a few of my doubts have been dispelled. I won't deny that Rex Lapis's passing seems advantageous to us. But, for Liyue's sake, we cannot allow ourselves to be shackled by rumors of our usurpation of power. Indeed. It seems that you understood what I meant to say from the very beginning. I called for the gag order and for the exuvia to be hidden to temporarily stabilize the situation, and also to prevent something similar to the incident in Mondstadt. With Rex Lapis's death, the Fatui have busied themselves with many clandestine actions beyond their diplomatic remit. As the Tianquan, allowing the rite of parting to take place was also meant to buy some time for us to take control of Liyue's administration.
It's exactly as Zhongli said. The Qixing only provided the venue for their rite so they could use us for their own ends. Wait, that's right. Speaking of ends, could I say one other thing?
Of course.
Paimon's heard that anyone who sends a greeting gift gets a little something in return. So, does that include us?
It's all right. I like direct people. Well, we have made quite a bit of trouble for you recently. How about this? You can pick any one object here as you please, and you may take it with—
Yay! Paimon was just waiting! One of the sheets on that wall! Don't look at Paimon like that! One of these sheets of paper will sell for crazy just imagine. Let's grab one! The biggest one! Huh? Well, that was an easy search. The biggest sheet is right up there. La 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 la. Huh? There's a place marked with a circle on. Sigil of permission, something, something, Fatui, research, copy. Aw, that doesn't sound like This piece of paper shows that a Qixing spy discovered traces of classified Fatui research on the Sigil of Permission. Oh, Ningguang did say that the Fatui have been up to all kinds of mischief in the shadows of Liyue. Spreading rumors, wanting to get their hands on the Archon's body and whatnot. But research on the Sigil of Permission? Speaking of which, there's also some connection between you and the Sigil of Permission. Seems there's still more for us to find out. Oh, you really think? Well, should we... Oh, so you're saying that it's precisely because we can't completely trust Ningguang that we should confirm the truth of what she says for ourselves. That's way out of Paimon's league. Paimon thinks she's been nothing but good to us. Anyway, we'll see if you're onto something. Before we look for Zhongli at Dihua Marsh, let's go to the place marked out on these papers and see if the Fatui... location written down on this piece of paper. And they look really mad at us, too.
Stay right there. Let's see this quickly.
Windblade!
Get out of here!
Cover.
Teamwork is dreamwork!
Spicy stuff.
Prepare to be blown away!
Let the show begin.
Adventure time! Huh? That's gonna hurt in the morning!
You're not going anywhere. Chill to the bone.
Steady as stone.
Yes, this is it.
Get out of here!
Oh no! Flash frost.
Let's dance.
Some quiet. Shouldn't get careless. Through.
There are so many talismans here. And some stacks of blank paper. Paimon's seen this pattern. Oh, Paimon knows! It looks just like the sigil of permission the child gave you. But how did a relic of the Adepti end up in the hands of someone like Child? Oh, that's right. Cloud Retainer said that when the Lord of Geo created the sigil of permission, talismans like that were once used in the Archon War to... Maybe the Fatui are copying the sigil of permission and being able to channel divine power in battle? Whew, that sounds... And the plot thickens. We'll need... Alright, that's enough sticking around. The last stop on our rite of parting preparations tour is Dihua Marsh. Let's go! Paimon hates being...
That's what. So can you stop copying me, please? Can you stop copying me, please? That's what I said. So can you stop copying me, please?
Right on time. I myself only arrived moments ago. Did you enjoy your visit to the Jade Chamber?
It was so big and pretty and
Indeed. It's second to none in all of Liyue. Then you met with Ningguang, I trust? What did you talk about with her?
She's super rich and so generous. Paimon thinks she's very friendly. Yeah, her take on Ningguang is quite different from Paimon's. She thinks that even the tactless Yuheng is more trustworthy than her.
Oh, so you also met with Keqing then?
She said the time of the adept...
No respect for the divine. Indeed, contrary to the ever-bold Keqing, Ningguang is more of a businesswoman at heart, though they are both members of the Qixing. Although she's friendly, there's no way of clearly discerning her true intentions. Yes, she has only relied on herself to rise to her current position. No ordinary person could ever achieve that. It's said that she's the one behind the constant expansion of the Jade Chamber. It's the second most important thing to her. Even if she ever gave up the position of Tianquan, she would never give up the Jade Chamber.
The Jade Chamber is only second. What's...
Why, Mora, of course.
All Ningguang talked about was the Fatui this and the Fatui that. She said that after Rex Lapis was murdered, the Fatui have constantly been trying to sink their fingers into Liyue, and that they aren't to be trusted.
That is how the Fatui have always been. It doesn't surprise me in the least. No matter what they may be planning, you must be careful when dealing with the Fatui. Always be on your guard.
So, is there anything we need to get for the rite of parting in Diwa Marsh?
Yes, as a matter of fact, there is. Today, we'll be gathering wild glaze lilies.
Glaze lilies? Well, why did we come all the way out here? Doesn't the garden in Yujing Terrace have some? Even Qingse Village has glaze lilies. Oh, right! Paimon remembers that Madame Ping is old.
No. Those lilies have all been gardened by people. Dihua Marsh used to be full of glaze lilies. It is a sort of joy. Before the Archon War, Dihua Marsh was all dry land and fertile soil. But the war caused landslides, and the land was flooded, turning it into the marsh you see now. Nearly all the glazed lilies were wiped out. Of course, there are some kinds of flowers that have been wild glaze lilies have, but I'll need your assistance in gathering these flowers. That's correct.
So how good is your singing? Really?
We'll only know once she starts singing.
Let the show be...
Oh, ow! Where did that come from?
It's time to sing, whenever you're ready.
Da 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 da.
What happened? These flowers are jumping. They look really angry. Is it because you sang a song for Mondstadt that they don't understand Carolina?
Get out of here! Why do they never miss? Get out of here!
Steady as stone.
Out of the way!
Let's dance. Those weren't glaze lilies. Glaze lilies wouldn't hit people.
This little monster is known as a... The glaze lilies used as a disguise were buried with the whopper flower for too long. The result seems to have surprisingly potent...
Well, that's nice and all, but
Unfortunately,
that's so...
Excuse me. Are you searching for glaze?
Oh, hey! It's... What's-her-face?
Yongu? Who's that? You've completely forgotten my name. Ah, that reminds me. How was...
Well, it sure would have been better if you told us how to get...
Didn't I tell you the way? Surely...
Nope. We found the way on our own.
Oh, I see. Uh-oh. I guess I really did forget.
Huh. Something seems... She's acting different from the first time we met. Where's her...
Oh, well, I met you at that time as an emissary of the Tianquan. But now...
You came all the way out here to see the flowers?
Yujing Terrace is where Rex Lapis parted from this world. Whenever my duties take me near Yujing Terrace these days.
Oh, sorry. We shouldn't have brought it up.
No, it's quite all right. I just haven't processed. When the Archon War came to its end 2,000 years ago, the first iteration of the Seven would gather in Liyue and drink with Rex Lapis. But 5 of those original 7 had already passed before Rex Lapis. It's truly a changing of the guard. Yes. Now that the spirit of Rex Lapis has returned to the heavens, only Barbados of Mondstadt remains of the first 7. The other 5, including Inazuma's Raiden Shogun, are no longer the same friends from 2,000 years ago. Of the current 7 Archons, the youngest is Sumeru's god of Dendro. She is merely 500 years old, whereas Rex Lapis was more than 6,000 years old at the time of his passing. This means that Liyue had been under Rex Lapis's rule from the moment it was first founded 3,700 years ago.
So what do you think of this?
Huh? As a mortal, I've never dared to imagine a Liyue but as an Adeptus, I think I will eventually come to grips with reality.
Huh? Did you?
Yes, I am a mix of human and Chilean. Adeptus blood flows through my veins. I fought for Rex Lapis and the city of Liyue during the Archon War. After the war ended, I signed a contract with Rex Lapis and took the position as secretary for the Qixing. I've continued those duties to this very day. Well, let's save that conversation. I also know where wild blaze lilies can be found. See, I've just picked one myself.
We dare not refuse it.
Oh, so did you sing a song before?
Indeed, I did. I know this tradition well.
Wow, so you really know your stuff?
No, it is you who I should be thanking. If not for this chance meeting, I never thought that I would be able to... If you would excuse me...
And that just about does it. Our preparations for the rite of parting, given the ease of picking glaze lilies, I think this will...
Yeah, Paimon can already imagine him starting a business.
I've had enough ventures in my life already. Beginning a new undertaking is always difficult at first, so you must be careful to take the time to step back and re-examine yourself.
Wow. See? Zhongli sounds like he's already seen it all. Alright, I think it's about time we... What happened? The city gate is swarming with Millilith and... the Fatui?
Ah, you're the consultant to Wengsheng funeral party. The Millilith are watching our every move now. These are desperate times.
Desperate time.
The Adepti of Joyun Karst are finally on the move.
Do they intend to exercise?
Most likely. I've heard that some members of the Qixing have already gone to meet them. Well, I say meet, but it's more like they're attempting to stall the Adepti out. However, both sides were quite obstinate, and
it seems inevitable, given the...
The Adepti do not acknowledge the Qixing. They only acknowledge the contracts of the Geo Archon. If the two sides come to blows, Liyue Harbor will be in no position to stop them.
Surely the Liyue Qixing are not the sort to give in so...
Their boneheadedness is known throughout the lands. Yet it's because of that obstacle.
And what now? How is it that the Fatui have come under fire?
That's all Ningguang's doing. She proclaimed that in these tumultuous times, the Millilith must rein in the actions of the Fatui. Only now do they want to start keeping tabs on us? Anyway, Mr. Zhongli, you're one of Child's close associates. Please understand that your actions will reflect on us. Don't let...
It looks like things are about to boil over in Liyue Harbor.
Do you intend to use your neutral identity as an intermediary between both sides? Or will you use your sword to turn? Neither path is an easy.
Oh, by the way, Mr. Zhongli, we've heard that the Wangsheng funeral parlor has also been caught up.
Things are taking a turn for the... I'm afraid I must leave now to handle things back at Wangsheng funeral parlor. I hope that Master Hu... Consider your next course of action carefully, traveler. If you're trying to prevent an explosion, it may be wisest to look for the fuse first.
Having connections with the Fatui seems to be quite the double... So what does Zhongli mean by looking for the fuse? Oh, Paimon gets it. If there's anyone that wants to see the whole city, he must be waiting for the moment when no one is watching. But where could we find him now? Where would he go at a time like this? Wow! It looked impressive enough from the... This is where all of Tibet's Mora is minted, right? In that case, maybe they... Oh, so it's a trap! But even if we can't take it, or better yet, take a nap on top of a mountain of Mora... Oh, right! Back to business. It's quiet. Huh? Look! What happened here? Uh-oh. Quick! We have to go make sure that the Exuvia is all right!
You've already fulfilled your task as guides, so why do you still linger here? Haven't you already seen enough trouble for today?
Huh? Who's there?
If you were Fatui, I imagine that you would be entitled to a generous reward from the Tsaritsa herself. But now, you're nothing but dross, and you're in my way. Where should I start? Well, I've never been one to beat around the bush, you know. But who could have possibly guessed that the god of Geo would mysteriously perish the very moment I arrived in Liyue, and that the Exuvia would subsequently be hidden away? If it weren't for that lovely little rite of parting ceremony you put together, it would have taken me a whole lot longer to get the info. Stopping the Mora Mints, hiding away the Exuvia,
So you've been planning to take the Gnosis from inside the Exuvia all along?
As one of the 11 Fatui Harbingers, she will get that which she desires. I'm not asking for your blessing, and there's nothing you can... The time for discussion and diplomacy has already passed. I mean, if it were up to me, either way, we now come to my favorite part. A simple pleasure, and the battle.
Battle? So you're the type that goes looking for trouble.
You could... When Signora offended the deities outside the cathedral in Mondstadt, she swiftly left the scene once her mission was... Instead of confronting you directly, she chose to rely on the snow and ice to make her escape. She wouldn't want the knights to come running towards the sound of battle now, would she? When she faces a worthy opponent, she will prioritize her mission, weigh the outcomes, and consider the consequences of her actions. But as for me, the greatest pleasure of...
We won't let what happened in Mondstadt ever happen again!
Oh, so you intend to fight me? Good. I won't kill you, Traveler. I'll just play along, to feel the thrill of battle. Besides, you could never defeat me, not even in your wildest dreams. But hey, try to relish the fight anyway, because if you ask me, without that, what else is there? Fighting talk, I love it! This chance is hard to come by, so show me all you've got. So very few ever get the chance to square off with the Fatui Harbinger. So come now, amuse me, and don't you dare disappoint. Passable effort.
Windblade!
How unbecoming. Poor time.
I'm going in!
A fine opportunity. Passable effort.
Let the show be...
Celestial Voyager! Cowering already? Poor time. Not bad, not bad. Not bad. You've got a trick or two. Haha, good. No wonder Signora was so wary of you. Well, that just means I can go all out. Brace yourself. This is about to get tough. Now, show me what you can do against the might of a Harbinger. Gotcha.
Let's dance.
All you do is run. You've got some skills.
Ready, steady, go!
No use hiding back there.
I'll protect us.
Not bad. Your swordsmanship is quite impressive. But that's about as far as you'll get. Didn't think you had that card hidden up your sleeve.
You were just playing us to get close to the Exuvia!
Oh, quiet down. Stop acting like some wide-eyed recruit. You've seen this world. You of all people should know. This should have been expected! Well then, I'll be taking Morax's Gnosis now! Huh? I see. Well, this is most unexpected. You beat me to it, didn't you?
This is going to cost you!
Leave it all to me.
You got to the Gnosis ahead of me, didn't you? Did you simply move faster? Or did you leak the information regarding the Golden House to me on purpose? No matter. Hand the Gnosis over, now! Don't make me take it from you!
We didn't take it! Steady as stone.
Yeah!
Go, Barbara, go!
Die here.
Someone needs assistance. I must leave no stone. Let the show be.
You're a cut above.
Look! Child's back.
Well, it seems the burden of the foul legacy transformation. And now that I consider the matter more carefully, you never had any chance of beating me to the Gnosis. You had no connection to the Gnosis, no matter where it had been taken.
That's what we've been trying to tell.
Your show of ability today far surpasses that of Signora's initial assessment of you in Mondstadt. Tell me, how could that be? You already know the answer, don't you? But if that is a secret you wish to keep, I guess I'll just... This battle has already left me sad. Anyone who strives as I do to grow stronger shall be called a friend. Even if our friendship can only be shown in battle against one another.
Pretty sure that's not the normal way.
Unfortunately, I must bring this amiable conversation to an end. My quest, given that the Gnosis wasn't taken by anyone, then we must look once again to the beginning. Perhaps it was never... In fact, it might be that the Exuvia was just a diversion of...
What? So you mean that...
Yes, it appears so. It seems that the guardian deity of the capital of commerce is also well versed in little maneuvers. As such, we must...
Backup plan?
I had hoped it would never come to this, for the weak will be swept away. The truth is, the world belongs to those who pursue strength. I seldom willingly involve myself with the... Unfortunately, we cannot be picky about our methods as Fatui harbingers. Children must all learn to eat...
So what are you planning to do?
I will awaken the god that lies dormant beneath Guyon's stone forest.
A god?
Osial, overlord of the Vortex, who was defeated by Morax, the Geo-Archon in the Archon War, and who has remained pinned beneath the waves by the Geo-Archon's stone spears. If such an ancient god were to be unleashed upon Liyue Harbor, do you think the cunning Rex Lapis would just stand aloof and watch the ensuing destruction?
But the Archon War ended 2000...
Simple. I've already prepared the means to awaken it.
Hey, those are sigils of... Oh, Paimon remembers now. The Fatui have been researching them.
Indeed. The one that was given to you was just a byproduct of our research. With the power of so many sigils of permission concentrated in one place, using the powers of ancient gods in such a situation fails to interest me, and is largely against my principles. But knowing that such an action will not only force the Geo-Archon to show its hand, but you as well, that makes matters a little more intriguing. Let's see. Will the nation that has lost its deity be swallowed up by an ancient malice once more? If you wish to drown together with the people of Liyue, you're free to stay and enjoy the show.
Huh? He's already gone. That guy is fast. What's going on? If we hadn't happened to see the Jade Chamber flying over just as we came out of the Golden House, did we make it in time? Is the Overlord of the Vortex still in the sea?
What are you...
Huh? Hold on. It's the Adepti. What are you doing on the Jade?
Faced with a calamity of such magnitude, we have agreed...
Oh, Paimon gets it. Just seeing this Overlord of the Vortex guy put...
It's not just you. We've got new Millilith recruits who can't even stand at attention without shaking. The force of an ancient god's presence seems to be too much for ordinary people to handle. Which is why we must stop that monster before it gets any closer to Liyue Harbor.
So the Archon War was fought 2000... So will the power of the Chi...
We've already discussed this together, and our...
What? Wait, all of you were supposed to be the Guardians of...
One certainly could.
Huh?
The Chi Sing did once research the matter of the and as fate would have it, one who... For what could you mortals ever learn of Adepti mechanisms? Yet, it would take one, but a little tinkering to turn this ballista into an engine of war beyond your wildest thoughts.
I suppose this is one blessing from the Adepti that we should be thankful for. So be it. We shall use the upgraded Guizhong Ballista to fight off that god. All the Adepti here can lend their strength to man it. We haven't a moment to spare.
Yep. Hut. Hey.
The Fatui! They're attacking the Grecian ballista!
The 3 Adepti are manning the Guajan ballista. Do not let the Fatui disturb their work.
All able Millilith, with me!
Let's go help too!
We Adepti have not faced a god in several millennia. Let one see what you're made of then. What strength remains within you? One wishes to witness.
Not breaking a sweat! My duty! Load of this!
I must leave no stone up.
That seemed to work. Killjoy, we've only just begun. This case like yours.
What is that?
That is Osial's divine power. I am very familiar with it. Be careful not to get hit.
Steady as stone.
The Fatui! Their attacks are unrelenting!
How dare. Smash Nye's diplomats will answer for this afterward. Every last one.
As a dutiful maid, I must leave no stone unturned. The ancient god's attacking again! There are so many Fatui too! We kill them!
Were you about to say we can't hold them, children?
Huh?
Don't lose heart. Here, take this.
This is Adeptal energy! That light from your body, it's like the time in Julian Cars! Wow, it's Madame Pink's shockwave! This granny's really strong!
All you got. Miscalculated.
Be gone!
My work. Finished.
With the blood of the Chilean, I guard you against evil! Cast your fear of injury by the wayside, and fight with all your might! I too did this during the Archon War!
So this is what Gunyu's like in a fight!
My name means swiftness. Take my power and run as I do.
We're going too fast!
strong in body and spirit. Perhaps you can withstand 3 forms of adeptal energy at once.
This will hurt a little. Please bear with us.
Once you've adapted, try to use them in battle.
Prepare to be blown away!
Exercise caution. I fear that the god's power has reached its peak.
In other words, if we hold here, there's nothing worse to come, right?
Here to
Stay right there.
be gone!
This isn't good.
The Fatui's numbers are thinning!
Fight on, comrades! Once we finish this lot off, the Adepti will be able to deal with the god in peace.
The interlopers are no more. Now we may commit ourselves fully.
It's working! We just need to keep this up!
Be careful now.
The Guizhong Ballista is destroyed. Without its covering fire, retaliation shall be difficult.
But the Jade Chamber is our last line of defense. We can't give another inch, no matter what.
I have another idea.
What do you mean, Lady Ningguang?
I'll sacrifice the Jade Chamber.
What is the meaning of this?
I understand.
Traveler, lend me a hand. Farewell, old friend. Goodbye for now. Let us meet again in the future.
The ominous aura of that monster has indeed begun to fade. The effects of the Sigil of Permission. It will be some time before the Overlord of the Vortex can...
We are indebted to you for your assistance. If the Adepti hadn't happened to be here, the future of Liyue Harbor...
Save your flattery. We didn't just happen to be here. Surely you won't pretend to have forgotten the reason for which we...
Come now. There's no need for such harsh words, Cloud Retainer. I've heard that when Ningguang began learning to do business, she had... At first, it was only the size of a small room. But with continued expansion, it has become the palace that lies before. It is a testament to Ningguang's entire life, both as a bit. Seeing the Jade Chamber destroyed in the defense of Liyue means much to her. To me, such cooperation...
Well, I was really hoping you would say that such sacrifice could at least be used as some leverage in our negotiation. Thank you all for hearing me out. We know very well why the Adepti came here today. But please forgive us. We cannot yield to your...
Oh?
3,700 years. According to our records, the Adepti signed a contract with Even to this very day, Liyue and its lands have stood the test of... But that does not mean that the Liyue of today is the same city as it was all those years ago. Do not merely cast your protective gaze upon the land. Instead, focus your sights on our city and each of the citizens that dwell within.
Are you questioning our means of protecting Liyue?
I mean no offense. I simply hope that our Adepti forebears would see Liyue in a new light.
Forebears, you say? One doubts you would be fit to be part of such a lineage.
This morning, Rex Lapis appeared to me in a dream.
What?
In the dream, I yearned to tell him that we Qixing, though mortal, are equally bound to the contract. Each passing generation of the Qixing leaves many things of value to be inherited. I also thought to tell him how the past generations of Qixing had strove under his but I dared not speak. I could only gaze at him in silence until the moment.
Oh, Ningguang.
Yet another perspective. What are you trying to say, Outlander?
Right! That's something that happened in Mondstadt. It's a story about the Four Winds and the people of the Animal... The Animal Archon sought to quell the strife between the two sides, because he believed that such conflict would only scar...
Each of the 7 nations has its own scars from the past.
Though your point is the very height of simplicity, as Adepti, we've become a laughingstock, to be chastised thus by an Outlander who has lent us such succor.
All right, all right. Didn't Ningguang suggest...
I apologize for appearing in full armor. I am afraid...
And who are you?
I am Feng Yan, a sergeant of the Millilith. I thought this battle would perhaps be my last. Although I am a mere mortal soldier.
Huh? Why does everyone look so down? I wasn't afraid. All the strong... When danger is near, and thanks for protecting Liyue Harbor. Please, come visit...
Unfortunately, we wouldn't be able to...
Huh?
Because we are Adepti.
Oh.
You see, the country of contracts, although their blood is the time of contracts between gods...
Seeing the port around us now, it is hard not to feel a bit out of place.
Your line of inquiry is askew. One did not spearhead this expedition to...
Seems like the Adepti have had a change of heart.
Let us return now.
Eager to leave, Conqueror of Demons.
Yes, one understands what the Conqueror of Demons means. The city of Liyue has changed much after... One fears that by the time one finally grasps the new contracts of Liyue, you humans would have once again changed the place. Fair enough. Away we shall, and return whence we came.
Since we Adepti have consensus, then one shall persist. But how will we ensure that the Liyue Qixing will not simply exploit their power once we depart?
All right, Mooncarver, you needn't worry. Is he...
Looks like the conflict between humans and Adepti was avoided. Oh, right! It's nice that we've got... Child wanted to unleash the god, so he could... But we were able to handle the Overlord of the Void. Oh, and speaking of that, don't we still... Paimon doesn't get it. But isn't the strongest lead we have the Adepti-less rite of parting that we're organizing? No idea where Zhongli's gone. Let's ask for him at Wangshan Funeral Parlor.
Is there anything I can do for you two? I'm afraid that
We've come to see Zhongli!
Unfortunately, Zhongli isn't here at the moment.
Doesn't the Northland Bank belong to... Last time we saw Zhongli was before we went to the gold... Do you think he doesn't know about the attack on Liyue? Visiting the... We had better go and make...
The key here is consumer psychology.
Feel free to take a look around.
You call this cooperation between Harbingers? Cooperation involves
Don't take it to heart, child. Besides, aren't you happy that... Oh, it seems that...
Hey, it's Zhongli and...
It's you two. I believe we've met once before. In the city of Bards, was it? I'm glad you still... Ah, right. I imagine that it must have been rather hard to forget watching helplessly as something
Well, if it isn't you two. This is our first time seeing each other since Liyue was nearly wiped off the map.
Paimon...
Oh, now don't say that. Sure, I may have misled you, but I never had anything against you personally. Besides, I thought we were getting along quite well together, didn't you? Nothing personal. We just have different views, that's all. Of course, you may very well hold this against me, but that's up to you. The real deceivers here are Senora and Zhongli. Curse them for leading me on. So actually,
Stop wasting time, child. There'll be plenty of time to chat when... You remember the agreement, Morax. Now, if you would be so kind. The Gnosis...
What in the world are you talking...
The contract is fulfilled. That which thou seeketh is now...
How sanctimonious.
What? So you... No, wait! That's an exciting twist and all, but why give the Gnosis to the Fatu...
I do not give it for free. I give it as agreed upon in the contract. for it is a...
Yeah, you don't think you went a little bit too far with that whole fake death thing?
Gathering all the forces that had been bubbling behind the scenes, and then stirring them together in a pot that was bound to boil over. That's what he wanted to see, am I right?
Wait, what?
Perhaps it's best that, as you know, I've dwelt upon this world for more than 6,000 years. Even boulders that can withstand whirlpools will until one drizzly day. As I was strolling along the harbor, I stood motionless among the crowds, asking myself...
Oh, Zhongli...
But as I began to consider relinquishing my divine role, I soon discovered that many reasons still remained. Was Liyue, the city I had dwelt in for so long, already prepared to enter its next age? I decided that a test was needed in order to reveal the... So I feigned my own death, and gathered the cast of Child, the Adepti, and the Liyue Qixing to play their roles together on the stage that was Liyue. That's right. Which is why I continued to safeguard the Gnosis.
So you mean that if the chaos ever reached the point of no return, you would simply appear and use your divine powers to bring Liyue back?
Of course. And it would have been all too easy for him. Just as a child quickly matures after losing their parents, so has Liyue.
In the end, the resolution to all that has transpired was even more satisfactory than I could. Take the Adepti, for instance. Owing to their years of seclusion, they were the least informed. Yet when faced with a crisis, they commendably showed the greatest amount of restraint possible. Not only did they manage to cooperate with the Qixing, but in the end, they even made efforts to understand the hearts of the people. Credit is also due to Signora, the emissary dispatched by the Cryo-Archon to fulfill our contract. At my request, she kept everything she knew in strict confidence. This, despite the eavesdropping ears of her colleague, Child. This meant I could remain as Zhongli, even having the chance to fulfill the age-old traditions of Liyue in this mortal form. All of these things turned out as I had planned. There is only one thing that I had expected them to do no more than the Adepti, to come to the defense of Liyue. But when all was said, they seized the opportunity to supply... Huh? On the contrary, I think it is excellent. I had always feared that it was too soon for them to take over from me. And it was also that which I longed for the most. As such, this...
Hey, what about me? Doesn't anyone feel the least bit of remorse for deceiving me? You've practically kept me in the dark.
I think that thanks would be more appropriate. You certainly played no small part in all of this, wreaking havoc and turning the city upside down. The Lord of Geo ought to thank you for your... If you hadn't created the pressure of a battle between mortals, Adepti, and a god, the lump of coal resting in the hands of the Geo-Archon, Liyue would...
Huh? Just whose side are you on, mocking me like that? Are you itching for a fight? Be that as it may, you've come out of this as the hero of Liyue. I, on the other hand, will be forever prescribed as a disturber of the peace, no?
Well then, with the Gnosis in my possession, I have no use for such idle chatter.
Fine. I'll meet you there later.
Do as you wish.
Now then, is there anything else you wish to ask me?
Right! As Zhongli...
Realistically speaking...
Huh?
However, I am the god of contracts. My agreement with the Cryo-Archon will be the last of my contracts as the Geo-Archon. As for the bargaining chip, uncover that answer for yourself in...
Today's the day of the rite of parting. Although the star of the show is fake, we've spent so much time trying to organize it, it would be a real shame not to go there now.
Well, since we're going through with this rite of parting...
So Rex Lapis is really...
Oh, come on. Do you think that the assassin could have been a normal person? There's only one real possibility in my...
Fatui? They certainly are very...
Shh! Lower your voice. If the Fatui catch you in their sights, Rex Lapis...
You know that god from the ocean couldn't have just shown up out of nowhere. I mean, it's been 2,000 years since Rex Lapis subdued it.
Yes, and to think that this happened right on the heels of the incident with Rex Lapis, too.
Say, do you think the person who assassinated our lord and released that evil god might have been one and the same?
Now that you mention it, that's very possible. Yes, it's very... I mean, it all fits together. That person must have colluded with the evil god to harm Rex Lapis. Still, what sort of supernatural prowess must this person possess to be able to do such things? I have never heard of such a...
Forget it. Guessing's no use to us. Look, the Millilith over there looks like he's...
Hear ye all! Though a dragon soars ageless as the mountains, gods and adepti live glorious lives. But both light and shadow have their... Rumors and hearsay abound on the streets that Rex Lapis was murdered. Having been thwarted in his trial, Rex Lapis's soul has recouped the celestial... Nor are they to believe street-born rumors or indulge in baseless speculation.
Paimon needs a translation on what the Qixing's announcement said. So that's how... Something feels off. Why would they suddenly give up looking for the murderer? Not to mention how this excuse sounds like something they just made up on this... Could the Qixing already have known that Rex Lapis wasn't dead? But Zhongli said that neither they nor the Adepti knew anything. Did Zhongli tell them in secret after his gnosis changed hands? Exactly, right? Ooh. Look, it's Ningguang and Keqing.
As said previously, Rex Lapis's soul...
3,700 years of
We, the people of Liyue, were indeed...
The long, unending dream of our Archon walking...
Now that we have awoken from our dream, will you stand with us as we re-establish our
So concludes the words of her Does Her Eminence the Yuheng have anything to add?
Huh? Is she looking?
Traveler.
Yikes! She really is looking our way.
Is that the traveler who they say defeated the ancient god?
So young. The Liyue Qixing always repay their debts. And as you have heard, our eyes see fog. Name your price.
Whoa.
Well, could you help me put up some missing person posters?
And to think I'd put my best perfume, but it seems as if those perfumes really were meant to be offered. Well, that's fine. Suffer no...
Perhaps mementos for Rex Lapis might...
As for the mortals and Adepti of Liyue...
Hey, Zhongli! Look at this! Everyone in Liyue is caught up in their emotions. And here you are looking all...
Why would I not feel more right, if the two of you can spare the...
Ha! That sounds like big talk, Zhongli. Paimon might have believed...
You're right. I do lack the Mora.
But why would Morax lack Mora?
As the Rex Lapis Morax, I can easily create Mora. But since I have chosen to walk this earth as the mortal Zhongli, when I was journeying with you, though I still had the Gnosis in hand, I knew that I must soon retire from my role as an Archon. So I had to...
Oh, no wonder! Paimon gets it now. You didn't look at the price tags when we were spending because you've never had to. But since you weren't used to not being able to just make more Mora as and when you wanted to, you had to try becoming a parasite to society who lives...
Well, we were only spending Fatui money. In the City of Commerce, we do not... The Archon Morax could never experience life. I must thank you for that. I will treasure the memories that I made as Zhongli, traveling the streets of Liyue with you. That is true.
Paimon thinks that we should make a move.
I fear that continuing your journey may be difficult. The nation that neighbors Liyue by sea, Inazuma, is presently closed. Yes, the nation has been the Electro-Archon Ball. And just as...
Paimon thinks we've heard that one before.
That is the case. And since Raiden is also the Shogun of Inazuma, people call her the Raiden.
That said, though people at the wharf were saying that... Zhongli, since you're Rex Lapis, shouldn't you know something about...
It's because of visions.
Visions?
When faced with circumstances beyond their control, human... But if a person shows true strength of will at a desperate and fateful moment, this is what visions are.
Uh-huh. That's how people in Teyvat see it.
But starting from last year, the Raiden Shogun began...
Vision Hunt Decree?
Yes. It was an order to seize all visions within Inazuma's borders, and to inlay them upon the hands of the statue.
They want to seize visions. But why?
I should think that in the Raiden Shogun's eyes, it is precisely because they...
Whoa!
The Animo Archon is the god of freedom, and the Geo Archon is the god of contracts. For her part, the Raiden Shogun is the god of eternity. The fact that even I, the oldest of the seven, have now passed away, will only strengthen her resolve to pursue eternity. Knowing her, she must have again quoted that adage she is most fond of, 7 ideals for 7 gods. All right then. Was there anything else you wish to know? Well then, I suppose you'll have to find a way to get inside.